all in one big hunk. I'm going to split this up into 2. It'll still be 3 years long, but we'll try. So these things I kind of held off because I didn't have enough for a haul. So I will throw these in here with the random stuff. And the first thing I got was some more sexy underwear. Sort of. This is probably the fanciest sports bra I've ever picked up. And why does nobody want to donate these? Probably because they're all buying these and dumping the actual bras. I mean, I hate those things. You know, a man must have designed them because it's always like, these are the so. And this one came from Dan Skin in El Grande. I mean, they're getting to be like ugly as hell. I mean, the one I'm wearing, well, of course I'm wearing the gray one now. In my sexy, you know, footy pajamas, because now it's that time of year. Where's my scissors? I don't know. But I have this like a couple of flesh colored ones that are like, ew. And well, at least this one's kind of cute. But I have to kind of remember to wear clothing that it won't show as much. I'm not too keen on the racer back, but at least these don't stretch. But these are a lot more comfortable than the, you know, perverted hooter holders. Okay. Now, it's a good thing that so, Jean has a thing about burrs. So, I picked her. I love the fact that they stuck the sticker on the rump. And this was $1, unless it was half off, I can't remember. So, it was between 50 cents and $1. There's stick off rump tag. And I don't know, I kind of liked the pixelation. I don't know if you can quite tell. Well, I didn't turn that light on. But it's kind of like, you know, like Star Trek 3 level graphic rendering there, but, you know, I thought it was kind of cool. So that'll be one of her Christmas presents. I don't think she's into teddy bears much. She's more into realistic Native American type bears. So that's why I went for this over the teddy bear stuff. And the next things I got were from said person who shall get bear. And she left them for me today. And they're 3 huge ass books. And I swear now I don't know if this is, okay, so he must be the only person that writes the Forgotten Realms series, R.A. Salvatore. Now, I think I may have seen this man in person at either the bookstore or the Ren Fair, but I'm thinking the Ren Fair. But having never read any of his books, he didn't want to go up and say, hey, hi. Now, wishing Raymond E. Feist would do something like that. That'd be awesome. Now, I've never read any of the Forgotten Realms because I went into Dragonlance. And thanks, Jamie, I still have that book 25 years later. Where a friend of mine from school gave me her brother's book, and it was Dragons of Spring Dawning. So it was the 3rd one in that particular trilogy. And I loved the book, so I'm like, I want to know who Sturm is. I want to know what's going on with Fizbit. And, you know, I want to know. So I bought the previous 2 books. So I haven't read the ones they did, like, later on. That kind of bookend the middle ones. So I never bothered with Forgotten Realms, because I was in the Dragonlance. So she gave me book 2 in the Hunter's Blades trilogy. But they sound pretty good, though. The Spine of the World, which is a sequel to The Silent Blade. So I'll only get like a snippet of this particular universe. And Sea of Swords, which I don't know if it's a standalone or if it's like the beginning part. Because it kind of goes together for the first time since The Silent Blade. So, and there's a butt ton of Forgotten Realms books like there is Dragonlance, so these should still be good even though I'm just sort of dropped in the middle of the world. So thank you, Jean. When I will get to them, I do not know, but if I do get through them, you'll probably see reviews because I need to do something other than this, right? Okay, these things I got at Walmart. And it was hysterical how things just sort of follow this like path. Reading the books that I am reading, they were talking about meditation and how a certain thing can be meditative. Coloring and coloring books. And I'm like, well, duh. I always like coloring. And, you know, it is just sort of fun, brainless kind of, you know, an activity. We can just sort of lose yourself in the simplicity of it. You know, the greater the mind, the greater... No, what was it? The greater the mind, the greater the need for the simplicity of play. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of a neat idea. Only to kind of go into the UMW meeting where at the senior center they actually have coloring. And one of the ladies, was going to go to it, and I'm like, thank you, it's not just me. And she had like one that had, I guess, stained glass, which must have been awesome. But tell me something. What idiot's going to pay $4 for a coloring book? These are $1 a piece. So I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree next time. Like $4 to $6 for a coloring book. And not even good coloring books. I'm like, what the hell? Pretty damn sure I never got a $6 freaking coloring book. I think back in those days it might have been 25 cents. So of course I had to have the Halloween one, and then, I love my Hot Wheels. So that's what I picked up. And I will probably be using colored pencils. Since, I'm a grown up, I have to use colored pencils and not crayon. That, and I buried my crayons. And the colored pencils are easy to get to. And the next thing I got, just sort of as a random pickup, I had to get my grandfather's pills. But they weren't there, and there's a whole rigmarole. So I'm like, well, I'm here. Managed to find my blue pen, because heaven forbid if I could find a blue pen in the house. And I'm like, okay, rummaged through the Halloween stuff, and I found this. And this is a spiced pumpkin pie scented candle. And this came from, Rite Aid. And this is Entenmann's. Now, I don't know if it's just an East Coast type of thing, but they make, like, pastries and stuff. I never liked their chocolate donuts, because they always tasted, like, chemically. I don't know. But good God in heaven and above, does it smell so? Can you smell? Just open your mind and just whiff. See? Oh, download that smell, man. God, that's so good. And it's, I mean, how many candles actually smell like the food they tell you? And it's like, you just, So this is probably when I'm just keeping the thing and just whiff every now and again. God, it smells so good. So I got it for $1, because I think it was like 50 cents, 50% off. So I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And if it wasn't for $12, I would have that candle too, where Dunkin' Donuts has the pumpkin spice candle, and it actually smells kind of more like you just want to sit by the fireplace in front of that candle, and it's just so, but not for $12. Especially if I'm a pumpkin spice addict too. It's like, okay. And the last thing I got was today. Now I'm looking for I was looking for another one of these so I can put, different stuff on it, so I wouldn't have to like disassemble the one I got, which I love. And of course they weren't where they were, but I managed to find them up front still for $2. So I'm kind of going looking for that. And I pass, I guess it's the kids section, and it was t-shirts, and on the bottom, because I'm, hobbit height, I managed to catch one of the t-shirt sayings, and I'm like, oh, come on, if that's not me, nothing is. So I kind of bypassed it because it was like $5. Well, the t-shirt, not bad. So I couldn't find that. Came back, I have to have the t-shirt. And for those who might not be able to see it, it goes, weird is just a side effect of awesome. Need I say more? Like I said, I earned my weird, and I am proud. And the fact that it was gray, it worked with the outfit I had on too, so I was like, yes. And it was a kid's 2XL, so 18, which I can fit with plenty of room to spare. So it had to be mine. Oh yes. And Ken thought I was hysterical too, so I'm like, duh. Thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at the strange and exotic. And be proud of your weird. See ya. Bye.